Developed countries should take the lead in fulfilling emission reduction obligations in facing increasingly the serious challenge of climate change, Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijian said at a press briefing in Beijing on Thursday in response to an article by Singapore scholar Kishore Mahbubani on climate change. In his article titled, Climate Justice, The Real Story, that was published on October 11, Mahbubani acknowledged China's climate actions and contributions and refuted some politicians' wrong views of blaming developing countries like China and India for climate change. He said that China has been enhancing its commitments and taking concrete actions in contrast to the U.S. withdrawal from agreements. Mahbubani has told the truth and he said that the United States is the largest emitter in cumulative terms, Zhao told the press. The U.S. cumulative historical emissions per capita are 8 times that of China. The U.S. has seriously undermined the confidence in and effectiveness of global cooperation on climate change by refusing to ratify the Kyoto Protocol and withdrawing from the Paris Agreement, said Zhao.
美国气候政策是否还会摇摆甚至倒退？对此，许多国家都打一个大大的问号。当前气候变化挑战日益严峻，国际合作需求十分紧迫。发达国家应切实遵守共同但有区别的责任原则，正视自身历史责任，展现更大的雄心和行动，率先承担大幅减排任务，同时在资金、技术、能力建设等方面，切实帮助发展中国家提高应对气候变化的能力。
Zhao stressed that it will take 71 years for the European Union, 43 years for the United States, and 37 years for Japan, all of which are developed countries, to achieve carbon neutrality. However, China has set itself a time limit of only 30 years. China, the largest developing country, will move from carbon peak to carbon neutrality in the shortest time, which fully shows China's responsibility as a major country.
不久前，中国宣布将大力支持发展中国家能源绿色低碳发展，不再新建境外煤电项目。这是中国为应对全球气候变化采取的又一重大举措，也是为促进全球绿色复苏做出的又一积极贡献。今后，中国将继续自主提高气候行动力度，为全球应对气候变化做出更大贡献。